So we're going to talk about this BitLocity Crown Ambassador Blueprint. And I think it's so key because, one of the things we really looked at is what the top 2,500 at the end of the first month. Now, remember, we've only been at this now for about 40 days, I think. But at the end of that first month, we were really interested in checking the data and seeing some of the patterns and seeing who was doing really, really well within this community and who was not maybe doing as well. And really saying, let's look at what's working for the people that are doing well and share that with everyone else. That was already our intent. And I mean, when Latoya came through with these numbers, that just kind of really clarified and made it a lot easier for us to put this into a usable format, if you will, and create this Crown Ambassador Blueprint. And I'll tell you, we looked at the top 2,500 people with regards to contributions received. So they had basically leveraged the platform the best, the top 2,500, and we saw some real similarities in what they were doing. And it all kind of culminated into this short PowerPoint that I'm going to go through right now. But I will promise you this: if you pay attention to what we're about to talk about, if you literally start not only internalizing this information but acting upon it and teaching it to all of your the members of your own community, and as well as all the people that you newly invite here to BitLocity, you're going to have tremendous success. I love this blueprint. I like the hard hat there and the hammer and everything, because it does imply that there is some work to do. This is not, you can't have the success that we're going to talk about by simply sitting on your hands and waiting for it to happen. This is for people who want to take an active, they want to be active participants in their own advancement. They want to go out there and they want to make it happen. So the first thing I want to do is start off by doing a quick recap about something. Everybody here, obviously, if you're, this is for training for people who are already in, you're familiar with the fact that we've got these 14 different levels, packages, whatever you want to call them, right? That you can get to. And you also understand that, you have to start at 1 and then also go up and get 2 and then 3 and et cetera. You have to do it in order. But what I want to make clear to you is that for the purpose of what we're going to talk about right now, your first step, your first goal, the thing that you should be focused on right out the gate is get to gold ASAP. If you're not at gold yet, you got to get to gold. And I'm talking about what we distilled from the top 2,500 earners here. All of them, every single one of them, without exception, is currently at gold or higher. So that's something that seems to be non-negotiable. And I'm going to show you why here in a moment, because it allows you to really leverage the entire platform. So to get the gold, and I want you to kind of stick this in your head if you're going to start writing this down, it's $175 worth of Bitcoin, right? It's $25 membership, and then the $25 bronze, $50 silver, and $75 gold contributions. And that's going to get you to gold, $175. That's going to become really important to you as we start going through these numbers, to understand that what we're talking about is $175 worth of Bitcoin to be able to do what we're about to show you. So that's number one. Number two, as a quicker recap for you, understand how this plan works together, because after this, I'm going to show you a couple more things graphically. Then we're just going to go through the numbers, but I want you to see where the numbers came from. So again, you've got your unilevel, you've got your matrix. This is the dual-sided part of our rewards plan. And at that gold level is $75 of Bitcoin, but there's a $10 profit and promotion that's coming out, which leaves $65 worth of Bitcoin. Here's the only thing I want you to understand. As people begin to say, hey, that you're a personal referral, say, hey, I want to actually come up to the gold level, I want to make that gold level contribution. Well, we're actually taking the $65 of Bitcoin, we're splitting it up 50-50, as many of you know, 3250 into the unilevel, 3250 into the speed matrix, right? And then the first person who actually upgrades to that package that you referred, you're going to get the whole 3250 on the unilevel side and the whole 3250 on the matrix side. So you're getting the whole $65 worth of Bitcoin. Same for the second time that somebody actually upgrades to the package. But on that third time, and this is critical to the math we're about to go through, remember, in your unilevel, that is your third position pass up. So that's going to go to your sponsor. And in the matrix, that's the third position in the matrix, which always passes up and cycles you to create a new matrix, in this case, a gold matrix. So when just one more person decides that they want to upgrade to that gold level, that fourth person, we're going to stop here. We're only going to go through 4 for the purpose of this presentation. You get the fourth position here. You get that whole 3250, and it's the number 1 position in your brand new matrix. So you get that as well. So 3 out of the 4 times you're getting the entire $65 contribution. It's going to work that way all up the line. 3 out of the 4 times, you're going to get the entire contribution. That other time, which is where it's a pass up here, and it's actually the third that's cycling you here, that's going to go up to your sponsor. That's number one thing you need to remember. 3 out of 4 times you're getting it. The other time you're not getting it. Here's the other thing though. Remember, as you start to duplicate this into your community, so your personal referrals start duplicating this, now as they're doing it, you're the sponsor, correct? So now you're getting the pass up. So you're getting, in this case, if this was your people doing it, you would be getting this third position here. You would be getting this third position here. So you would be getting that $65 total when it's being passed up. That's critical. So if you understand that, the rest of this is going to be real easy. And I promise you, you're going to be blown away. So remember, you started with $175 worth of Bitcoin. So let's walk through it. So now here you are at the gold level, and you're building out this incredible math here. You're actually going by this blueprint, which is all about 4. It's all about you going out and actually referring 4. Now, remember, at the gold level, $75 minus the $10 profit and promotion is why we're dealing with 65. I'm just going to remind you that one more time. And on this front level, right, of your 4, you're getting 3 of those 65s. The fourth one, the other one is being passed up, okay? But 3 out of the 4 are coming directly to you. But remember what this is about. It's about duplicating. It's about going out and working with your team to help them do the same thing that you just did, which is helping them find their 4. And when that happens, look at this. You're also going to get their pass ups, okay? So you're actually going to get 3 out of the 4 here of the 65s, but you're getting 4 out of the 4 here on the second level. So here's how the math starts to work out. That's going to actually drive us through the rest of this quick presentation. Level 1, $65 worth of Bitcoin times 3. You picked up $195 worth of Bitcoin. Level 2, you're picking up 65 times 4, $206 worth of Bitcoin. That's a total of $455. And obviously, what you're going to do, if you understand how to really capitalize here, is you're going to continue to upgrade. But remember, now you're upgrading out of your contribution profits. So you're not pulling any more Bitcoin out of your pocket. You have a maximum amount of Bitcoin that you've placed in of $175 worth of Bitcoin. That's it ever. That's what I want to point out to you. So you're taking $100 of Bitcoin out of these contributions. That's going to allow you to upgrade to the platinum position. And that's going to leave you with $355 worth of Bitcoin in your bank, of which you can do whatever you want to do. You can cash it out and use it as money. You can hold it and let the value of Bitcoin grow. And so therefore that $355 value goes up. It's completely up to you. It's yours. You can do whatever you want to do. But think about this. Started with 175. Already you've more than doubled that now that you're holding in your bank, and that doesn't even include the fact that you've already upgraded to the platinum position. So now that you understand that and you see where the math is coming from, let's go take a look at what happens as we start to move up towards Crown Ambassador. Remember, this is this entire blueprint to how to get the Crown Ambassador. It's all about you finding 4 and then helping them. That's all it is. You find your 4 and you help them. You find your 4 and you help them, and you're good to go. So here we go. Coming into platinum, you got $355 in the bank. Again, I'm not going to go through every single number, but I do want you to just understand it works the same way at every single level. Platinum is a $100 contribution, $10 profit and promotion fee leaves us with 90. That's why we're dealing with 90s here. Pearl, it's 200. We're dealing with 190s. Amber, it's 500. We're dealing with 490s. So as you can take a look, you see over here at the platinum, $630 worth of Bitcoin minus the 200 to get the Pearl for the upgrade, $430 more Bitcoin going into your bank. At Pearl, $1,330 minus 500 to get the Amber, another $830 in the bank. And at Amber, $3,430 minus 750 to get up to Ruby, another $2,680 in your bank. You start adding all these numbers up, the 355 plus the 430 plus the 830 plus the 2,680. You've got over $4,000 of Bitcoin now that you've accumulated. Remember what you started with, $175 worth of Bitcoin. Now, not only have you gotten all the way up now to the Ruby level, but you've now also accumulated over $4,200 worth of Bitcoin into your Bitcoin bank. Again, your Bitcoin, you can do whatever you want with it. Let it grow, spend it, pay your bills, whatever you want to do with it, you can do. But now you've got $4,295 worth of Bitcoin and you're still moving forward. And now you're at the Ruby level. Coming into the Ruby level, $5,180 minus 1,000 to go to Sapphire, that's $4,180 in the bank. $69.30 at Sapphire, minus the 2,000 upgrade to go to Emerald, $49.30 to the bank, $13,930 at Emerald, minus the 5,000 to take you up to Diamond, another $89.30 in the bank. Now over $22,000 worth of Bitcoin that you've accumulated here as you're moving through this process. So again, you can see your Bitcoin balance is getting bigger and bigger, but also you're creating more and more and more and more leverage. From $175 worth of Bitcoin is all you started with, and you found 4, and you're creating all this leverage. So now you're moving forward over $22,000 worth of Bitcoin into the Diamond position. 34,930 minus the 10 to go up to double Diamond. You're throwing another almost $25,000 worth of Bitcoin. So you're doubling your bank right there into your bank. And then at double Diamond, 69,930 minus the 20,000 for the upgrade up to blue Diamond, almost 50,000 more. Okay. And then again at blue Diamond, almost $140,000 worth of Bitcoin minus the 50,000 to get you up to the ambassador level. You're throwing in almost another $90,000 worth of Bitcoin. So look at where you are right now. You've got $187,000 plus worth of Bitcoin that you've accumulated. For a lot of people, that's a good year or two of their lives. For some people, it's maybe even 3 or 4 years, right? But $187,000 worth of Bitcoin accumulated through the platform here through contributions, just because you now understand how to maximize it, how to leverage it. You're teaching this out to the members of your community so they're able to do the same thing. Remember, every level you're at, they're following right behind you. So this isn't just about greed or something that's only working for you. This is a true community build. You're benefiting everyone within the community. You're changing lives, changing families, changing mindsets, which is probably the most important thing. And you're still not even at the top yet. And we're going to get to the top right now. So $187,000 worth of Bitcoin. And then you're moving to the final 2 positions. At ambassador, $349,930, almost $350,000 worth of Bitcoin, minus the final upgrade of $100,000 to get the crown ambassador, still leaves you over $250,000 worth of Bitcoin that you're adding to the bank. And at crown ambassador, when you get to the very top, $699,930 with no upgrade. There's no upgrade. Okay. That's it. You're at the top. So the whole $699,930 goes to the bank. And now you've got $1.1 million worth of Bitcoin that you've accumulated by progressing through these 12 levels. Guys, I'm telling you, these numbers are unbelievable, but the math doesn't lie. This is exactly the power of the BitLocity platform. And I think a lot of people, when they're looking at it, they don't get it. And that's why I was so happy that Latoya shared this information with us. So we were able to kind of take it, collate it, match it up with the data that we were seeing of what was happening for the top 2,500 people that were maximizing the platform, and put together this brief training. Because I think if you really got it, if you really, really got it, you would stop doing whatever else you were doing, and you would zero in on building this and teaching this and duplicating this, because this is the way that you can truly, truly change a lot of lives. It's absolutely powerful. Now, I want to point something out to everyone that I thought was interesting. So you've gone 12 levels in this process. You've gone from gold all the way up to crown ambassador. You started at gold, and then you just continue to duplicate and went all the way up to crown ambassador. $175 worth of Bitcoin that you put in to get $1.1 million of Bitcoin out of the platform. And again, it's not just for you. You're not the one sitting there with 1.1 million and everyone in your team is sitting there saying, man, I wish we could do it too. They're right behind you. That's what's so fascinating here, is at any given time, they're just one level behind you. You're upgrading, you're staying ahead, but they're building these numbers too if you're doing this right, which is what makes this so impressive. You went 12 levels, right? From $175 worth of Bitcoin in to 1.1 million out. Now, how fast do you want to do that is the only other question that's really left over, right? For some of you, you say, well, hey, man, if I could go a level a month, that would be amazing. And you would be right. Because if you go one level a month, it means you could do that in 1 year through this platform. That's pretty impressive. For some of you, if you wanted to move faster, you say, hey, I'm going to go one level every 2 weeks, then you'd be doing it in 6 months. And for those of you that like to go at hyper BitLocity, I was going to to say hypervelocity, but we might as well say hyper BitLocity, right? For those of you that want to do that, then you can go out and you can do it at one level a week and do it in 3 months. It's completely up to you. But the point is, it's all available for you on this platform if you understand how to leverage it. And if you're watching this right now, you should understand how to leverage it. Seriously, right now, you should be rearranging whatever strategy you thought you were doing. If you were sitting there saying, why is it not moving fast enough for me? Probably because you're not doing this. That's why, because you're teaching something else, you're doing something else. But I'm telling you right now, this is the best way to maximize and leverage this platform. Now, the other thing I want to say to you is many of you are sitting there right now and you're zeroed in on this number and you're thinking, I know exactly what I'm going to do if I get $1 million worth of Bitcoin. I'm going to challenge you on that and say, most of you probably don't know exactly what you're going to do if you get that $1 million of Bitcoin. And here's why. It's because you're ignoring something. If you're here at gold, right, and you're thinking you know what you're going to do when you get to the $1 million of Bitcoin, you're ignoring something. You're not just going through these 12 levels of leverage, right? And it's ultimately allowing you to leverage our crowdfund initiative. Remember, every single time you open up one of these levels, you're opening up a new educational technology package for yourself. So as you're going through each one of these levels, you're getting smarter. You're opening up your eyes. You're opening up your brain about what's happening in the blockchain universe. You're not just thinking. By the time you get the Crown Ambassador, you're not thinking like the person who was at gold or platinum. That person doesn't exist anymore. Your entire brain chemistry is going to be rearranged into these digital bits so you can start recognizing these opportunities. You'll understand mining. You'll understand what to do with altcoins. You'll understand when people start talking about tokenizing the equity in homes. All of these things are going to make sense to you. And now you might be thinking, oh man, if I get that $1 million, that's a car, that's a house. But now when you get to Crown Ambassador, you're realizing, hey, that $1 million, that's all of the seed capital that I need to go out and really make a massive impact in this entire blockchain space, and not just change my life and my family's life, forever, but change the life of entire communities of people. That's who Crown Ambassadors are, because they don't just have the capital now, they also have the knowledge. So remember, this is all about BitLocity Academy, and we're going to continue to advance you all along the way. So you won't just have the capital, you're going to know exactly what to do with it. So to finish this off, the steps are simple. Number one, get the gold ASAP. If you are right now watching this and you're not in BitLocity, your starting position needs to be gold or higher if you are financially able. Get to gold ASAP, $175 worth of Bitcoin. We just showed you how quickly you can grow that. How long it takes you is completely up to you. We're going to talk about that here in a second. If you are in BitLocity right now and you are not at gold, you're in either the bronze or silver position, but you have the means to get to gold. Get to gold ASAP. The only way you should be relaxing and waiting in the infinity line is if that is the best that you can financially do. And if you can, that's great, because that's why we put it there. But if you have the ability to get to the gold level, you want to do that, because now you're not waiting anymore. You're taking control. You are now a willing participant in your own success. Get the gold ASAP. Number two, pick your pace. How fast are you and your team going to move? You're trying to do it, one level a month, one level every couple of weeks, one level a week or faster. You got to pick your pace. And it's going to be important that you pick your pace, because you are going to be the pace setter. Your team will do what you do. So if you come in and saying, hey, we're just going to go at this 1 month, one level per month pace, that's what your team's going to do. If you go 2 weeks, if you go 1 week, that's what your team's going to do. So you got to pick your pace so you can be the pace setter right out of the gate. Number three, get your four who see it like you. I didn't say get four. Get four who see it like you. You can't just go out and find any old four that say, yeah, we're going to come, we're going to get into the $25 bronze position, we're going to hang out. That's not your four, okay? You got to get your four who see it like you. Not even your four who say, yep, I got $175 worth of Bitcoin, I'm going to come in at gold. That's still not four who see it like you. It's four who come in at $175 worth of Bitcoin to get the gold and go out right away to look for their four with $175 worth of Bitcoin. Bitcoin to coming at gold. That's your 4 who see it like you. You get those 4 and you are well on your way through this blueprint. Number 4, you then help them duplicate you. That's it. The moment you get your 4, you're working with them to help them get their 4. That's what it's all about, is helping them duplicate you. You create that activity. This will move at lightning speed for you. And the number 5 is in that process. Upgrade, always stay ahead of your team, so you're always maximizing the leverage. And then finally, number 6, repeat. That's it. Repeat, duplicate. You're at gold, you get yourself up to platinum with the upgrade. Now you're helping them get up to platinum. You go up to pearl, you get them up to pearl. Now you're going to the next level, next level, next level, and you're doing it all the way through Crown Ambassador. You go through those 6 steps. You do that, you are going to be a Crown Ambassador here in BitLocity before you know it. But not only that, you're going to be a Crown Ambassador creator. You know, some people want to be king and they want to be queen, but other people realize it's more important in this business to be a king or queen maker, right? Because those are the people that everybody wants to work with, because you can now do something for them. You want to be a Crown Ambassador, and then you want to be a Crown Ambassador creator. And here's what I want to explain to you. Imagine this. You're a Crown Ambassador now. You've taken $175 worth of Bitcoin. You've leveraged it up to over $1.1 million of Bitcoin in a year, in 6 months, in 3 months, whatever your pace is. And now you're going back out to the world, back out to the world of people who haven't heard about BitLocity yet. And you're able to say, look at what I've been able to accomplish. Would you want to accomplish this as well? How many more people do you think you can bring into BitLocity and help to change their lives as well within this community?